Hey guys, welcome back to the Totally Random Talk Show. So it's been a little while, and we're going to give a little refresher on the segments that we're doing right now. So at the moment, we're doing this thing called letter topic segments, basically A through Z, 26 letters, and we're just going through each and every one of them, naming down about 5 or 6 topics on each letter. And so today we are on the letter S. Now we're going to get started with uh, personal fan favorite of mine. I'm sure Max can say the same thing. Stormtroopers.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay. Um, I guess I should get started. I have a Stormtrooper mug here with me. I just spilled. I might want to set it down. But
Probably a good idea.
any- um, I think Stormtroopers are what makes Star Wars pretty amazing. Because without Stormtroopers, you wouldn't have any other enemies other than Darth Vader, maybe, and it wouldn't be as interesting. One thing that stormtroopers are best at is not hitting the target.
And they're
So,
really bad at it, which makes them so good at it at the same time.
like, really, how do you consistently not hit the target you're aiming at? What if they were to aim at something that wasn't their actual target, but aimed towards that thing to be able to shoot the target that they actually wanted? Like, oh, I'm going to aim at this wall, and then I'm going to miss the wall because I'm actually aiming for the wall, and then accidentally shoot the thing that I'm aiming at or wanting to aim at. They could actually aim really well if they
They
tried to not
tried.
aim at the thing that they, if that makes any sense. Basically, since they miss 100% of the time, they just aim at something else so that they miss to hit what they want to hit. There we go.
You have so much logic.
Yes, that's a better way of explaining it.
Honestly, stormtroopers, they have to up their game. I'm gonna be honest. Like most of them, they sound the same, which is kind of obvious because they're clones.
Well, some of
Spoilers,
them. Well,
spoilers.
that's actually before they
You're right. That's part
got
of the
rid of the
Clone Wars.
clones. So then they were
Um,
recruits, but they're all recruits that are the
yeah,
same.
yeah. The all the recruits happen to sound and probably look the same.
Stop.
We don't really know.
They always have like that
Your
generic
identification,
voice.
please.
Yeah.
These are not the droids you are looking for.
These are not the droids we're looking for.
We may go about our business.
You may go about your business.
Move along.
Move along. It's more like move along.
Yeah, it's like a really peppy move along, move along. He's like,
Yeah. And
it's
then
like,
all the other stormtroopers are just like, what? Like,
like what just happened?
did you just really tell them that?
It's the best. So good. So,
So,
anyways, stormtroopers, they make Star Wars as iconic as it is. And I think without them, we would have a pretty sad franchise.
yeah, it would be sad. I guess they're kind of the face of the empire because you see them more than you'd see anyone else in the empire.
It's
They're the
true.
soldiers. They're who the rebellion is fighting. So yeah.
And I
Also,
mean, oh, go ahead.
oh yeah, one fun fact on Endor when all of the stormtroopers get massacred by the
The Ewoks.
The Ewoks eat them.
Yeah, they do. Luke Skywalker's like, yummy.
Tasty.
Tastes like man flesh. Awkward.
Yeah.
Just don't tell anyone.
What were you going to say earlier?
um, so in Star Wars: The Force Awakens, you're aware of that one scene on Star Killer Base, I'm assuming, where like
Mhm.
um General Hux, is it Husks or Hux?
I think it's Hux or something like that. I can't
Hux.
remember.
I don't really know because they say it so fast that I can't hear. Anyways, General Hux, he's like screaming at the top of his lungs,
Oh yeah.
like in front of all of the armies of stormtroopers, and it looks out over like a million stormtroopers. Did I say star troopers earlier?
I don't know.
We're gonna
Maybe.
ignore that. If I did, if I didn't, then just forget anything that I just said. But anyways, there's like a million stormtroopers and it just looks awesome because there's so many of them. And General Hux is like, "We will win," and he's like, you can like literally see the spit from his mouth, and you're like, it's so awkward but amazing at the same time. So that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah. So that scene, there's a lot of different versions, like edits of it. There's one where he says, "It's my birthday," and they go, "Whoa," holding out presents, and he goes, "Yay!"
That sounds awesome.
Also, I like how in the new trilogy, they all have British accents. Like,
It's
what's up with that?
true. Well,
Except for
no, in
Kylo
the
Ren.
in the in the old one they had him
Well,
too.
like kind of, but like some of them didn't. I feel like it's
Yeah,
more
some
that
of them had
didn't.
American accents, but like
It
you
was like
remember that one guy from A New Hope who like was being annoying?
Admiral Tarkin or the other guy that got choked.
The guy that shows up in Rogue One as a CGI.
Yeah, Tarkin.
Tarkin, it's Tarkin. Okay. Yeah, he has a very distinct like accent, I feel like. So,
Hmm.
they had a couple of people with accents.
Yeah, but I think there was more of a more diversity in their accents.
That's fair.
Like everyone except for Kylo Ren, basically. It just seemed weird. It was like almost forced. Forced. Oh.
What? Insane.
See, I'm just that good. Okay.
Wookie here. Get it?
I gotta hand it to you. You're really good. Although that's kind of not the right pronunciation, but you get what I mean, okay? But actually they do say Han. It's kind of funny. They're like Han. What are you gonna
Han
say next?
Solo.
Leia.
Yeah. It's Hawaiian. Leuke.
Okay. Obi-Wan.
What would C3PO be then?
C-3PO. Or K-3PO. And then R2D2
Thripo.
is
Dirt.
R2D2. R2D2. Actually,
Dirt.
it's kind of honestly the same kind of.
You just say it really fast. It
What about
sounds
like
so
Mace Windu?
Masse Windu.
Mace Windu. Mace Windu. Now, okay, now you're getting distracted. I do have one other. Well, this isn't technically a fun fact, but it's an interesting fact about stormtroopers. So, um, the reason they're called stormtroopers is because some of the Nazi soldiers that were in the streets in World War II were called stormtroopers, and so the Empire is basically emulating Nazis. Like basically the worst of the worst. So I guess that like George Lucas, that was kind of his way of portraying them as really pure evil, right?
I
So
mean, it works.
yeah.
So,
Although I do like when in Lego Star Wars they do Tai Chi. So
Lego Star Wars is just kind of awesome in the first place, though, because like, I mean, the stormtroopers, if you like pay attention to them in the background of like all the cutscenes in Lego Star Wars, they just do the most hilarious stuff. Like, do you remember the hot tub cutscene? Where they
yeah.
they walk into like that one little section and there's like a bunch of stormtroopers that are like literally in their underwear, but yet they're wearing helmets still.
Yeah.
And they're just chilling. Oh man, it's literally the best.
Yeah.
Uh,
And also the one stormtrooper that hit his head in A New Hope is legendary.
oh yeah, I really feel like pained for him in so many more ways than one.
Yeah.
Like my heart goes out to you. So yeah, respect, I must say.
Mhm. Respect.
Respect. Anyways, um,
We might want to
that's
wrap that up.
yeah, that's about all I have on stormtroopers. They're special, but they're not that special.
They're kind of all the same.
They're kind of extras.
Yeah, in fact, some of them are painted in some of the movies.
Yeah. The older movies, of course.
Well, technically, it's still painting it in just digitally
Well,
nowadays.
yeah, but that's like considered CGI and VFX.
Yeah, but I'd count it in a way.
That's fair. So
Anyways, our next
so
topic. Now, this one sure toss you up. It's salads.
it's so funny.
Yes. Okay, okay, that was um moving on. Let's how do we get started talking about salads? There's so many types.
So there are two kinds of people. The people that will put lettuce in their salad and the people that will put spinach in their salad. And then you get those couple of people who are like, kale, let's go. And we don't like those people here. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yes, I'm being biased.
This is a personal attack on me. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't
Wait,
know.
you like kale?
I
Hold
like
on.
any salad, okay?
No, that's a good thing. I don't have anything against kale, honestly. Like it's pretty good. So
Especially in soup.
it actually is. I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
I've had like a kale sausage soup and it's really good.
Yeah, same. That's the one that I was thinking of.
Oh, really?
Italian zuppa toscana.
Zuppa toscana.
It's a ancient soup, usually eaten
Bellissimo.
by peasants in Italy in well, less recent times.
Less recent.
Basically, well, not like quite ancient, but like yeah,
Back in the yonder days of before time
in Tuscany.
in Tuscany.
Not even kidding. I did a
No
report on this
way.
soup, okay? I I know too much about soup.
You did a report on Zuppa Toscano
Yeah, it was for
soup.
English, and we made a cookbook.
Okay, that's fair.
So yeah, I had to figure out where it came from, what it meant to people, and how delicious it is.
That's fair. Now, one thing that I do want to mention going along with salad, not Zuppa Toscano, sorry. Um, fruit salad
Yes.
is amazing. And it counts as a salad because it's a variety of different healthy food options.
Now, salad doesn't have to be healthy, perhaps.
It
Okay.
doesn't. It can be a meat salad and it can be made entirely out of beef.
Or, for example, if you've ever heard of Snickers salad, that is
Mm,
basically it's Snickers, strawberries, and apples jumbled up and mushed up. Well, not mushed up, like mixed in with whipped cream, and it's just that. It's full on not good for you.
have you ever heard of sugar salad?
Sugar salad. Is that just a spoonful of sugar?
No, it's two spoonfuls of sugar
Oh,
packed into one spoonful of sugar.
what?
No, I'm just kidding. That doesn't exist, but we should invent it.
Have you ever heard of? Well, a lot of salads go by multiple names, but we call it pink salad. It's
Oh, I think I
so
know.
yeah, you basically use red Jello mix in with cottage cheese and whipped cream, and it sounds weird, cottage cheese, but it works. And then strawberries, and you mix it all together, and it makes it sweet, and so it turns it pink. That's why we call it pink salad, but I'm sure it has other names. So
Yeah. Um, you also have the classic Caesar salad that everyone is aware of. Um,
yeah, invented by not Julius Caesar or
not
Augustus
not
Caesar.
not Julius Caesar. Little
Another.
Caesars, guys, was not invented by Julius Caesar. Sorry.
It's just that's their mascot, a Roman,
Is
basically
not
Caesar.
even Caesar. It's just a Roman dude.
Pizza, pizza. They wouldn't even actually. It kind of makes sense because they're in Italy, but at that point, I don't think pizza was invented until the fall of Rome. So, well,
I
fall of
guess like
the Roman Empire.
yeah, it's a weird topic. Also, our first topic.
Yes.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Two children talked about pizza for the first time.
And some kid loved blue milk so much he left his family and they died. Basically, that's basically the story of Star Wars. Well, not quite, but anyways, I don't know. There's not too much to say about salads. I guess eat salad most of the time. It's gonna be good for you if it has fruits and vegetables and not much else. So yeah.
Salads are just kind of amazing. I think they don't get a lot of credit. I really do. Um, and I mean, you can also put meat in them. So if you're like vegetarians, they're the ones that deserve salads. Like that's not really true. Like a lot of people have meat in their salad, like bacon. Like there's a bacon Southwest salad. So like
Uh-huh.
I don't understand their arguments.
Yeah. One last thing I have to add is there are lots of salad dressings, which is also really great. Recommend trying a variety of those too, because you can make some at home and stuff, vinaigrettes and other things too. So yeah, lots of good choices.
There are.
Okay, I think that's everything we have on salads. So let's get on to our next topic. Why don't you introduce it?
Okay, so our next topic is very scary. Very scary. No, I'm not. I gotta make it sound as condescending as I can. Um, I'll give you a hint. Indiana Jones really hates them.
They
Oh,
slither.
snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? It's snakes, by the way. I don't know if you got the memo.
Yeah.
So, first thing with snakes, uh, I'm not really afraid of them. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people are scared of snakes. Indiana Jones is scared of snakes, but I am not. I'm scared of spiders. That's what I don't mess with. Which there's a reason why we didn't do spiders as a topic, is because they're devils.
Yes.
We don't want to talk about them here. No, I actually don't know why. Maybe we just didn't think of that at the time. But
Yeah.
snakes is a good one. So um there's a common misconception that a lot of people have when they think like, oh, snakes are bad. Most snakes are actually not bad at all. You have like corn snakes and garter snakes and like really nice, like chill snakes that don't really bite at all. But then you come across like black mambas
Pit
and like
vipers.
cobras and that's where it gets a little serious. Um, so like, yeah, there's like some snakes that are dangerous, of course, but like not all of them are bad. So, um, we can just start by like listing a couple of snakes, I suppose, and like go from there, maybe.
Well, I have one thing to
Oh,
mention.
okay.
So most any animal, if they attack you, it's not for any real good reason. Like what I mean is they don't attack you just to attack you. They attack you to defend themselves because they think they're unsafe, maybe. Like if you're like jumping around in the forest and there's a snake on the ground, it may bite you just because there's something jumping around that it thinks is dangerous, or it could um just be trying to keep itself like its home safe from predators and stuff. Like usually snakes bite you because they think they're unsafe. So yeah, so just don't, like if you get bit by a snake, it really sucks, and there's potential that you could die. But again, I wouldn't like blame the snake on just attacking you for no reason. So yeah.
Mhm. I also want to add on to that and say that like a lot of people think that animals go after them because they want to eat them. So like um for example, like sharks, right? People are terrified of sharks because they're like, oh my gosh, like if I go in the water, then a shark's going to try and eat me. That's not necessarily the case at all. In fact, it's like the exact opposite. Typically, most animals are given a fight or flight response to certain things, and a lot of them will flight. A lot of them will like go away usually. But there are those few that like, are predators that like just kind of hang around and then they like actually fight because they feel like they have a sense of danger like around them, and so they try and fight. So like it's not like a snake is trying to find its next meal and it's like going after a person. Like snakes don't do that.
Yeah, because
So
they can tell the difference between a foot and a mouse, and so usually they wouldn't bite you. But sometimes there are cases where they will just bite you for the sake of biting you, because there are some snakes
it's
like
true.
it's like people have different personalities. It's the same with any animal. An animal could be, I guess, nervous to bite a human because of the consequences after, which is you don't get any benefit from it. Or a snake could just be like, I'm just gonna bite whatever comes in my way. So yeah.
That would be a really interesting thing to research actually, like the tendencies of animals compared to the tendencies of humans. So like um one thing that they haven't really figured out with humans yet is like, and I know this is really off topic, but like they can't figure out why people like will kill other people. They don't understand why. They know it's psychological, but they can't figure it out. So like I wonder if like animals have that same problem where like I don't know, like picture a hamster with like the psychological problem of wanting to kill stuff.
Well,
Like think about it.
well, it's interesting because that kind of does happen sometimes. Like, my mom had rabbits when she was younger, and one of them she would birth her babies and kill them instantly because she didn't want to care for the children, the bunnies. So she just killed. It's sad, but I think that's like, well, I feel like we kind of have in a way figured out. Well, you can, if you make it broader, like people will kill other people because in some ways it could benefit themselves. They can get gain from it, right?
Yeah,
But
that's typically why it happens,
it
but
really depends on the situation. But in some cases, like say my neighbor had a bunch of money and I thought killing them was the way I could get all their money, and then maybe I'd go to those depths if I was crazy enough, right? But again, it's really because our brains are complex, and even animals, their brains are complex in what they think, and they definitely think different than we do. So it's like you're right. It would be an interesting study, but it'd be
mhm.
so hard to figure out an animal's mind because
They're so
there's no
like
way to figure
they're
it
they're
out,
just really different than ours.
especially
So
since we can't speak to them. We never know what, like, like when you pet a dog, you kind of don't really know why dogs like that. I guess, like we hug people and stuff, but I feel like it's even a little bit different. It's kind of strange.
yeah, it is really weird. Maybe that's just like the way dogs feel affection from other people.
Hmm.
So I don't know. That's an interesting psychological thing that I'd like to research. Maybe it's the same way with snakes. Maybe snakes, like some of them have psychological like problems and they just like really want to kill people. Maybe like I don't know, that it's a weird thing to think about because like yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
Now you have me like wondering.
Yeah. One other thing I'd like to add too is maybe a snake could be desperate. You know what I mean? Like if there's a snake starving, like almost about to die, it may bite some whatever it comes across first because it's like, oh,
Last
food.
resort.
But yeah, that's also why if you're out in a place where you know there will be snakes, like the jungle, then you wear
What?
you wear tall leather boots. You want to wear you find the thickest leather that you can with tall leather boots, and they can't get through that.
Yeah, we don't need that. We'll walk outside with like
Bare feet.
s- yeah, bare feet or like sandals, and we got like the
It's like
nasty like
you got
speedos.
like you got like mice
And-
taped to the side of your feet so that they bite you on purpose. That's just, oh no.
uh, what have we done?
One, oh wait, okay. Also, I have a fun fact about cobras. Okay, so
Oh yes.
and I think it was India. I can't remember exactly where. I'm I'm trying to remember the whole story, but I think it was in India. So I'm just gonna say somewhere in a country, they were having problems with cobra populations being too high. So they put bounties on bringing in cobras to the government. And so basically, you could get paid if you brought them a cobra that are alive or whatever, so they could lower the population because there were too many cobras. But then people just started to breed the cobras because they knew that they could get money from these cobras. So they just bred a bunch of them. And as soon as the government figured that out and stopped giving people money for them, they just let the cobras free. So the population of the cobras increased. And actually, I think it was in Africa, actually, not India. I don't know. I think it was like a British colony or something like that.
Mm.
But anyways, they had more cobras after because so many
Oh my
people bred
gosh.
them. And so it's like it kind of was contrary to what they were trying to do.
Yeah, that's like that makes it kind of useless, I feel like.
Yeah.
So, wow. I mean, like that's pretty smart, but like there's also something called honesty. So that's really funny actually. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, uh I
I
don't
think
have
snakes. I don't know. There
like
is there anything else to mention? Oh,
I felt like naming types of snakes would be good, but then I named a bunch of snakes like at the start, and I kind of regret that because now we
oh
can't talk
yeah.
about more snakes.
We could talk about snakes that can swim.
Oh,
Those are scary, okay?
anaconda.
Like in Swiss Family Robinson. Oh sorry, wait, this is kind of a spoiler if you haven't seen that movie, but it's like from the 60s. So
Watch it.
if you haven't seen a movie from the 60s, I don't think you should worry about spoilers. But they fight a snake that's in the water and it's intense and they like drop their compass in the water and stuff. But yeah, like water snakes, I feel like are worse than a snake that you see on land because it's like anything else in the water. You can't see it. It could full on
Exactly.
it could bite you probably more often than it would bite anything else because it can't see you straight up in the water. It
It's
kind of just
quite
yeah.
scary, honestly. Now, I will say some water snakes like are really tiny and they're like 10 inches long. And those are like the baby snakes. Like
Hmm.
I've picked those up before. Mind you, I'm not scared of snakes, so like I'm not afraid to do that. But like it was a 10-inch long snake, like just swimming through the water, and I was like, what? Am I
Yeah.
like imagining things?
Also, can we just acknowledge the fact that snakes don't have any legs and they can swim? Like,
Yeah.
how does that work? They just full on swim through water. Like, yeah, I guess that's how the water surface tension works.
Something crazy like
So
that.
they use physics to their own benefit.
It's quite fascinating to be honest, but like it makes me wonder if you threw a rattlesnake in a pool, would it float? Would it like swim around?
Well, maybe I don't. Well, I don't think I know how to swim inherently, right?
Right. But like,
It could maybe try, but also I feel like it depends on the type of snake because mostly the here wait. Now I'm wondering, how do snakes swim?
you
Because
guys, these are like serious questions.
I really think it has something to do with okay, yeah. So they move it like a wave, right? Kind of like I don't know. They all can swim. Wait, what?
It may seem strange, but rattlesnakes can and do swim.
This is how snakes swim without limbs. They move in
That's scary.
four ways. They have four ways of swimming. And some snakes they can't swim as well as others, but I think that's a lot like people. But all snakes have the ability to swim.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Basically, the way they move, they're using their momentum like a wave. So, so in physics with waves, um, you can kind of like I don't know, you can kind of I guess it's like extending your energy in a way, but like not really because it's the same amount of energy, but it's using your energy in a way that can benefit you more than going in a straight line. So like a snake wouldn't be able to go in a straight line swimming, but if they could, then
Mhm.
it'd be way slower. When they wiggle from side to side, it creates waves and it pushes them forward in a way. I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm trying
I
to
mean, it makes
think of
sense.
how it works, but yeah, like it's crazy because
Oh.
Now I need to see rattlesnakes swimming.
You guys, okay, I'm watching a video of rattlesnakes swimming right now. It is utterly terrifying. It's literally like it looks like the water is just the ground because it's like literally lifting its head out of the water and it's
Oh,
barely moving.
that is scary.
Oh,
That's honestly that's the
oh my
scariest thing.
gosh.
Because think of how many snakes could be in the water. And like I think it's mostly scary because you know that when they're in the water and you're in the water, they could swim faster than you could, probably.
Yeah,
And
that's a scary thought.
like, oh, and they could like grab onto you. Like think if it's a giant snake and they like
Oh,
grab you and yank you under.
oh, that's terrifying. That is terrifying.
I hate it. I hate the feeling of something rubbing on your leg in water. Like in the
Yeah,
ocean, if
I
it's like
I don't
seaweed,
like that idea.
I'm gone. I'm done. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm like scared now because now that I know that all snakes can swim, I'm like gonna go cry. Like
Yeah.
I can do snakes, okay, but like when I know I'm in the water with something dangerous, like it's kind of scary. Like I'm gonna be honest. I don't
Ugh.
think anyone wants to be in the water with a rattlesnake.
And like honestly, like I'm fine with most animals and like I'm not really scared of snakes, but I don't like it when they like get all up in my personal space. Like I could have a snake around my shoulders. But think of like if a snake like crawled up your leg. Like I feel like that's the worst feeling for any type of bug crawling on me or anything. I'm sorry, I'm
Mhm.
making anyone listening to this feel terrible, but I feel like that's really one of the worst things.
It's true. It's really
So,
true.
why don't we talk about something else that can be
Yeah.
irritating?
So if you're familiar with this, then you'll know. Do you want to take it away, Max?
I hate sand. It's rough and irritating. It gets everywhere. So, this is also today's kind of like Star Wars themed, I guess. We did have Star Wars Day 10 days ago now. That's a while back. But anyways,
Any day is Star Wars Day.
every day. Yes.
Any day and every day.
Sand. Sand is interesting because I think there's lots of different like salads, there's variety in sand. You have coarse
Now,
sand that's really big and like fine sand too. So, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, now we're not about to put sand in our salad, but they are similar because
Yeah.
there's variety.
It would add texture for sure.
Yeah, but good texture?
I've
Question mark.
I've accidentally eaten sand before. Don't
Like
ask.
if 90% of the sand was salt, then I guess so, but like still.
Yeah, well, funny thing, not even kidding. I had a sandwich at the beach and I dropped it in the sand, so it was a sandwich with the sand. And I don't know why I still ate it, but I didn't want to waste. I wasn't gonna waste. It was crunchy.
Well, what did you think it was gonna be?
I don't know.
It tastes smooth.
Just glides right right down.
Everything is wrong with that
You
sentence.
don't even have to chew. You just swallow it whole, like a snake.
Oh.
Oh, I we can connect all these topics together today. Apparently,
You guys, it's all meant to be.
it's all connected.
We planned this
All the
before,
conspiracy theories are
totally,
real. The
definitely.
Earth is definitely flat, and all the other fake stuff.
Stormtroopers can definitely aim.
And what's another really ridiculous theory? Reading is bad for you. Well, actually, depends on how much you read. Like if you read overnight, pull an all-nighter while reading, that's technically bad for you. But if you read in moderation, okay, that was way off topic. I don't know where this conversation went, but I'm fine with it. Just like
Sand.
sand is fine. So
Sand is fine.
so
There's a lot of sand that actually like feels really, really, really fine, but like it's hard to find.
go to Barbados. All of their
Yeah,
beaches are amazing there.
it's true. It really is. There are a couple types of like colors of sand too that I'd like to go over. Number one being like golden sand. Like we all know
Golden
this. This is
sand.
like the iconic, right? Golden, yellow, like that type of sand. But then you have black sand, which is very rare. Most of the black sand beaches happen to be in Hawaii. I believe there's a couple in Iceland.
Usually places that could have a volcano. A lot of it is from volcanic rock.
Hmm.
So there's also well, there's like golden yellow, right?
Yeah.
Kind of tan. It's like sand
Hmm.
color. But then there's also kind of like more pinkish or white
Yeah.
sand. It's really there's a lot of colors that kind of merge together. It's just from the
I
rocks.
also want to point out there's only like I think three beaches in the entire world that have this, but um, green sand,
Let's see.
green sand exists. I have never been to a green sand beach. We wanted to go to one, but it was like a really far hike and really far
How in the
drive.
world?
But
So
it's
that's
green.
in Hawaii.
Yeah,
So
it's
I assume
it's
that's
cool.
similar to the volcanic black beaches, basically,
Yes and no.
in
There was like a
a way.
deposit of like a certain mineral or ore that became like very fine or something, and when mixed with seawater became like a green color. I think it's something like that.
I don't know how to pronounce it, so please forgive me, but it's Papakole. Papakole. It's Papakolea. For anyone who knows how to pronounce that, I'm sorry, I don't know how to. But anyways, yeah. So like basically, I think part of it too is from like glass and stuff. That's
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
well, like I don't know, because well, actually that reminds me, if you grind down glass, it's still really dangerous. Like the fine thing, it could cut you,
hmm,
like fine powder, but like it seems like it's like the color of like old glass bottles and stuff too. Anyways,
yeah. It is like
interesting.
it's really weird, but it's really cool at the same time. So, one thing to mention though, sand in a swimsuit is probably the worst feeling you will ever feel.
That made me physically hurt.
It was my plan from the beginning, of
I
course.
like digging in sand, but I hate getting it off. Plus, I have hairy legs, so it sticks to my legs, and then it's awful. It's awful.
You guys, like, I can't even like
I
explain to you how terrible it is.
chafing.
Uh, Stop.
Just listen. If you've never experienced getting sand anywhere like that rubs that's irritating, just don't. Just save yourself the
Just
pain and leave the beach.
experience it now. Take a handful of sand, get it wet, and rub it on your legs.
For only 19.99. Our previous customers hated us.
Paying money for pain.
Some people would actually probably do that, but
Yeah, we should not do that.
don't pay us. We're not selling anything.
We're not going to sell you sand. We do not want to do
Also, I'm
that.
pretty sure is it what wait, wouldn't it be illegal to like take sand from a beach and sell it?
It depends on the beach, I think.
Okay, yeah, yeah. If it was like private, you just go to a private beach and like start taking their
Because
sand.
like you can't take black sand from Hawaii because it's considered I think it's like
Like rare.
holy ground for
Okay,
them,
damn.
something like that. I can't remember what it was exactly, but like the black sand is special. So it's still pretty cool though. So like you can look at it, but just don't take it home with you, or else you're gonna get yelled at and possibly arrested. I don't know how it works.
Well, actually, interesting thing in Hawaii, you can't take any sand from any of the islands, basically.
Mm.
And that's their way of saying
Which I mean, it makes
you
sense.
should enjoy the beach and not take it with you because you can take pictures.
You're gonna get a dump truck and fill it full of sand. Take the sand home with you.
and
My
then
own
bury
personal beach.
bury a whale in the thing and then fill it with dirt and then you just have a dirt patch.
Bury a whale in your backyard.
Actually, there's been times before that people have buried whales like on land, like like they flew in a whale into a landlocked state
My gosh.
and buried it in some. I don't
That's
even
just
remember why, but there was
like,
good reason.
isn't that just mean to the whale? Like it
No.
lived in the ocean its entire life, and now you're moving it to land to be buried.
Disrespectful, man.
I mean, I guess it's like taking a dead guy and throwing him in the ocean.
But people want that sometimes. Like
Yeah,
they're
but like,
cremated and then their
did the
ashes are put in the
whale
ocean.
want to be buried in a landlocked
Yes,
area?
it was his wish to be put into Idaho. He
I want to go to Idaho.
wanted to be potato fertilizer.
When I die, I want to go to Idaho and be buried
Or it'd be funny if
with
it was
the.
Nevada and buried in Las Vegas, bro.
What would they even do with it?
I don't know. I'm not. I think they had a reason for burying it in the land, but like,
They'd put it over by Circus
yeah. Also,
as a statue.
don't like take my word for everything because I'm not completely accurate. So just from things I remember from watching like interesting YouTube videos and stuff. So yeah. Anyways, um, what else about sand is interesting? Nothing much. Okay,
It's
wait.
fun until it sucks.
The worst, something worse than getting sand in your bathing suit or anywhere else. Warning, please. If you don't want to hear this, just skip like the next like 10 seconds. Getting sand in your eyes.
Ah, stop it.
I could
I
not.
can't
I
skip
can't
ahead 10
imagine.
seconds. I want to, and I can't. Uh,
Oh, it's gone now. Just
Getting sand up your nose.
he didn't even warn. I'm sorry.
I
I
wanted
truly
to
am.
see your reaction.
Listen, but getting sand in. Never mind. Let's just. It's done. We don't have to talk about it.
It's a beautiful day, and we're gonna
Beautiful day in the
enjoy it.
neighborhood.
A
Beautiful
beautiful
day.
day for a name. I know we're off sync, but
Yes.
it's a good song.
Could you be mine? Could you be mine? Or is it?
So
Could you be mine? Could you be mine? There we go. Okay.
that's all I
Anyways,
have for sand. Um,
should we have some more?
uh,
Our next topic is s'mores, so that's why I said that. Feeling punny today. Not puny,
so
punny.
so funny. I'm rhyming, guys.
It's
I'm
funny.
rhyming.
Funny like a bunny. That's
Sunny,
on a sunny day. That's wait,
runny, and
runny,
honey.
honey, honey. That bunny is a little runny. Wait, that sounds sad. Like what happened to the bunny?
I pictured like a bunny that's like running a lot. So
Sorry, my headphones unplugged. Whoops.
ooh, ooh.
All right.
So for those of you who do not know what a s'more is, because there are people out there that I've met that have not heard of a s'more before, and it makes me sad, honestly. Not that you should be like, worried at all that you don't know what a s'more is if you don't, but like if you don't, then you know what? Now you know. Um, Basically a s'more, and this is like the very basic definition. A s'more is a graham cracker followed up by wait, do you put the chocolate under or over the marshmallow?
I put it under. I put it so it's graham cracker then chocolate, and then
Okay, because I put the chocolate over it.
I guess. Well, I usually sandwich it, but
That's fair.
because you can do it a lot of different ways. You could do one graham cracker, or you could do two like a sandwich.
Yeah. The way
What?
that I see
Yeah.
it, like, um, the marshmallow is like the main part of the s'more, and usually, like
The
the main
meat.
part of the burger is the meat, which is on the bottom, right? So that's kind of the way I see it, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, anyways, is you start with a graham cracker. Um, like usually it's broken in half, and then you follow up with marshmallow or, piece of chocolate. It depends on your preference, I suppose. And then um, you put whatever you didn't put down first on there. So like for me, I would put down graham cracker, then marshmallow, then chocolate, and then follow up by another graham cracker to just kind of sandwich it in place.
Yeah.
So
So actually, you do roast the marshmallow over fire usually, get it nice and toasty and melty and everything. And whenever I guess now that I think about it, whenever I have one graham cracker on the bottom, then I would put the chocolate on the top. If I don't want to put like another graham cracker on top or break it in half or anything, and so then I can still like kind of hold it without getting my hands too sticky. And with two graham crackers, I'd probably put the chocolate on the bottom. I don't know why. That's just how I roll. I don't know.
that's
Anyways,
fair.
yeah,
There are like a couple other variations to s'mores that a lot of people like to do. So you have Samoas. A lot of people do Samoas instead of like graham crackers, which I'm sure a lot of us know what that is. It's kind of just like almost like a shortbread cookie, but like it has coconut and like caramel and chocolate. So it's like a cookie. Some people will also do Oreos as well, which is a good one as well. Mainly, there's just a lot of different variations to s'mores, and they're all amazing. They're all like fantastic. So
yeah. There's this one variation that I've tried that is really good. Here, I'm gonna share my screen to you, Trayson, but no,
okay.
no one else will be able to see. But I could explain it. So,
Oh,
so there's
okay.
this brand called they're Tuckins. It's basically it's like an inside out s'more. The marshmallows on the outside and all the chocolate and anything else is on the inside. And they have different flavors.
Hmm.
There's like peanut butter, Oreo,
Oh, that sounds
and
good.
um and then just normal s'more. And man, these are really good. Like
Oh, I get it. Like it's
you,
inside of the
it has
marshmallow.
a sexy it has basically and it's a lot easier to cook sometimes. It really depends on how we cook it. We cooked ours on a grill and it didn't work as well because a grill doesn't really work well for s'mores. You usually do it on a fire,
Yeah, that's true.
but it has a stick already connected like a lollipop, if you can think of it, with just a giant marshmallow. It's circular with everything on the inside, so it melts nice and it keeps everything in all nice and gooey. And then it's it they're honestly better than normal s'mores. So yeah, how much are they?
They look really good.
So they're really they're pretty expensive, but um like on their website for tuck-ins, the mix and match 10 pack for 10 of the s'mores is $50. So that's wait, I can't do math today. I can't think. Anyways,
That's $5
yeah,
per.
I was gonna say $5 per.
Wow,
Anyways, they're expensive, but
but they're good.
that's yeah, they're worth it. It'd mostly be worth it if you were in a big group, right? Because you'd be buying 10 of them. So then,
Yeah, then
yeah,
it's a lot more worth it. That's really cool though. Now I want to try those. But wow, I did
but
not know that existed.
wait, when you said but I'm sorry. I have
But
yeah, I just
I
that's the
guess it
only thing
did
I
kind
could
of sound
think
like
of.
that.
Yeah, I don't know.
One
That's kind of a
more
weird tangent.
one more thing that's not s'mores, but I'd just like to say, um, because putting it over a fire is amazing. Starburst, when they're warm and gooey and they've just been sitting over the fire, they taste amazing. And if you have not had one of those, I highly recommend doing that because
Yes.
sometimes they're better than s'mores. It just depends on if you're on like if you're in like a really like sugary like mood or if you're in like a chocolatey mood. So it really just depends.
Personally, I like chocolate and I think chocolate's good, but I'd rather have more fruity candies like Starburst. So yeah, I think Starburst over the fire is really good. I guess if you don't like Starburst, then it's not
And
as
that's
good,
understandable.
but
Yeah.
it's still like it kind of like crystallizes and it's like a chewy little like Yeah, sugar ball.
It's so good. So yeah, highly recommend that. Yeah. That's mostly all I have to say. I don't know if you have anything else at all, but
Yeah, that's everything I've got. So might as well move on.
very true. So why don't we skip the sports and go off to sports?
Hey.
It's terrible. I know. Don't remind me.
Wasn't as good as mine.
I know, but like,
Hey, well,
what
okay,
else
no,
am I
it's
supposed to
fine.
say with sports, huh?
Let's think.
Like,
Well, with this one, wait, no. I'm trying to think of a good one. The first thing that came to mind was scoop you up with this next topic, but it can do more than scooping. But that's kind of lame. That's a bit of a stretch. Um, see, it is hard with sporks because sporks are weird, and we should probably explain what a spork is because some
yeah,
people probably have never even seen a spork because it's kind of a rare thing, except for I guess some cafeterias. But
yeah. So for those of you who do not know what a spork is, to put it into rough terms, and I'll let Max elaborate on this, but basically it's a mix of a spoon and a fork.
yes, okay, you're going to get the most complicated analysis of a spork. Okay, really quick, I'm gonna look up the formal definition.
Definition.
All right, spork definition. Oxford Dictionary. A tool that has a shape like a spoon, both pointed parts like a fork. Okay, basically, a spork is if you added the prongs of a fork on top of a spoon, and a spoon has a rounded edge, but it has a sharp, so you can use it to scoop things and to poke things. Honestly, I think sporks are also wait, in Toy Story 4, Forky is a spork. One thing about sporks is that they are way better than a spoon on its own, way better than a fork on its own, because a fork on its own has has um like the holes. It's like they're like the prongs. So then you can't like scoop up soup or anything. It like falls through the fork. With a spoon, you can't chop anything sometimes. But a spork is the ultimate utensil. Other than two knives taped together like scissors.
You're not wrong. Now there are those sporks that have like a knife on the back end of it, which I think is really like smart, but at the same time it makes it hard because you don't have a lot of space to actually hold it. Because like what if you actually use the knife to get butter on like I don't know toast or something, then your hand's gonna be all buttery because like that's part of what you were holding
And also, you could cut yourself on accident.
with the butter knife
It'd be worse.
texture.
Be worse if you
It's
had a
true
metal
because it's
spork. Wait, wait a second.
uh,
Okay, so usually sporks are plastic because it's cheaper to make it that way. But I don't think I've ever seen a metal spork. And
have
when I
you
searched,
not?
wait, when I searched up metal, the first thing that came up was metal spork. And I don't think I've ever had one. I've probably seen one before, but like, oh, see this one? Okay, the
Heavy
picture I'm
duty
looking at right
spork.
now is genius. It's better than all of them combined. This has a spoon on one side, fork on the other, with a knife on one of the prongs of the fork, so that you still
What?
have holding space. How? But
That
like
is so
stainless steel sporks for everyday use. They just look weird when they're metal versus plastic for some odd reason. What is that? The gastronaut?
Wait, did I see what I thought I saw? I thought I saw a spork, but there was a straw at the end of it.
Um, wait a minute.
Drink.
Now I need to see if that's real.
Uh, Picturing that in my mind is not right.
There's chopstick forks, but
Oh,
it's a fork with chopsticks on the end. And there's a spoon that's a straw.
oh my gosh.
Whoa, that's expensive.
Why?
It's like a normal sized spoon, but it's like $8.50 US dollars.
Just make one
So
yourself and it'll be cheaper.
yeah. There's a glitter spork.
Glitter Spark.
It's titanium.
Why is it $11?
Oh, wait, it's on sale. It's usually 21. It's usually $21 for this shiny spork, but it's like a fork on one side and a spoon on the other. So that's more like a what a fapoon. That just sounds weird. Seriously, there are a lot of weird
Wait. Why
products.
do they have sporks when they're eating a sandwich and
I
wafers?
don't know. Yeah, they okay. On their plate, they had wafers and a sandwich. That's oh, there's this other picture which is like a fancy spork dinner setup. What? What is up with this? And then you can buy on eBay a 50 pack of individually wrapped sporks and straw and napkin sets. Those are like what they have at like school cafeterias. Wait, I just saw something insane. There was a spork.
Just steal from the cafeteria.
It's a swirly straw spork. Wow. Okay, so somebody merged in a swirly straw with a spork. I think that's where the line is drawn with sporks. That's a bit much.
Yeah, I think people need to chill out.
Yeah, like do something useful with your 3D printer instead of printing that, man.
Print something that'll benefit society, not tear it down.
I guess that well, it could benefit society, but then everyone would go insane because they'd be drinking through a straw as they're scooping up their sandwich with a spork.
Where
Because
is the sandwich bit gonna go? Like, if the
it's
straw's
tomato
already
soup
in your
and grilled
mouth.
cheese. Oh, wait, you're drinking the soup. Imagine drinking soup like straight up with a straw.
Oh no.
Honestly, it wouldn't be too bad, but it'd be
I just
weird.
can't picture that in my mind.
I need to try this now.
Oh goodness.
Oh boy. Technically, water is a type of soup if you heat it up and then yeah.
Oh, okay, idea. What if out of the prongs of the spork, there were little holes, and those combined into one giant hole, which fed through the other end of the spork, and that was the straw?
That'd be so overly complicated. It'd be insane. Or here's what you do. Okay. You have a cup, you get a straw, put it in the cup, and then you have a spork separate. Or you just don't use a straw. Like honestly, okay, I see the use of straws, but at the same time I don't. I rarely use a straw. I'd
Yeah, I
much
really
rather
don't.
just drink straight from the cup.
But I mean, what about like when you get, I don't know, like a drink from McDonald's or something,
Yeah, then
or you get a
I'll use the straw
Slurpee?
because it's provided. But like, there's not like at a restaurant if they like have a cup and they give you a straw separately to put into your cup. I just like don't even take out the straw. I'd rather
Yeah.
just drink straight from the cup because it's way better.
I think the problem with like McDonald's cups are they're made out of paper. So the problem with that is they're very flimsy and it makes it hard
Yeah,
to drink out of because like
they
when you go to a
dissolve.
restaurant, they're not plastic. So they're like very firm to hold and that makes it a lot easier because then you can just like drink out of it. I don't know.
So yeah. We gotta save the environment though. Use a metal straw. Actually, metal straws are actually really nice because then you just use the same straw for everything.
Save the environment. Use a metal spork. Swirly straw spork.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to school and I'll grab out my golden
Swirly.
spork.
My
I'll,
glitter spork.
I'll
That's
I'll wipe it off
$21.
with my fancy microfiber cloth, and then I'll set it on my what would I set it on?
You should have like a plaque for it.
A plaque, and it's in a case. You open it, and then as soon as you open it, just shining glory. Oh, the
It
spork.
starts playing like hallelujah
You eat food with it, and it instantly tastes 10 times better. Also, you like how I'm doing the motion of eating with
with
a
a
fork with a
pen.
pen. Tasty. Love that.
I love the taste of ink. So good.
It's
Delicious.
inktastic.
I don't get that one, but
It doesn't.
good effort.
Just it's just trying to merge Fantastic and Ink. Okay, it's not good.
That's sporculous.
What? Sporky.
Sporkylicious.
What? Wait, Sporkylicious. Let's get Sporkylicious. That actually that one works better.
There we go. We found something.
And is that everything we have?
I think so. Sporks are incredible, especially when you go to KFC.
And well, all these topics, they were wonderful. And so I think that's everything we have. Hope you have a what's a word that starts with S? That's
Hang on.
I hope you have
Stupendous.
a splendid day or night whenever you're listening. Splendid.
Serendipitous.
Yes, serendipitous. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That's an actual word now, by the way.
It is. Just like anti-disestablishmentarianism.
And look up, I think it's like longest word here. Wait, let me find what it is. Well, I know I'm going off on another tangent, but it's fine.
While you're going on that tangent, I'll go on a tangent of my own.
Wait, I got it.
Food.
Food? What about food?
That was my tangent.
Good job. Okay.
Thank you.
Microscopus silicovolcanosis.
What a lovely word.
It basically just means an illness you get from breathing in
From
volcanic
breathing in
ash.
volcanic. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And it's just a long way of saying, I think it's like silicosis or something like that, or something of that sort. It starts with an S. Interesting though. But it's just a longer way of saying that disease. So yeah. Hope you have not that day.
not that day, but a stupendous day. Serendipitous,
Splendid,
stupendous, splendid,
stupidly awesome,
stupidly awesome.
sick, but not
Sick, but not in the way that makes it sound
sick
condescending
as
because
in
you have a
cool.
sickness.
Anyways,
And
yeah.
yes, have a lovely day.
There we go. We'll see you next time. And as always, stay random.
Stay random.